YouTube. This is me with a new deck profile. I've been doing an update and I realized 6 cards are actually good for this deck. If you're all curious, I'm running Odd Eyes build with the Cyber Valley engine, including with the Dimensional Dragons into my extra deck. So I hope you enjoy. For standard, I start with 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, the 1 Tuna Magician, exactly what I need, not more than one. This card allows you, it's very essential since if you have Crystal Wing, you can immediately go into once with supplied with the 2 Magicians. Typical 3 Oafdragon. Of course, this will be handy recycling, and then eventually when you get into link summoning, this will actually constantly allow you to make those potential link plays. I don't know how it will do, but I feel like it is essential for sure. And you have the 3 Dragonpit, and this time 3 Miss Valley Apex Avian. I hope you enjoy because you can lock down if one's especially not only would you even need one, sometimes you'll even eventually need more to create the lockdown, but with Odd Eyes Vortex in the extra deck, you pretty much complete the lockdown. And the 3 Wisdom Eye Magician, of course, for easy searching. Not that I'm complaining, I'm glad it's at 3, so 1 Nobledragon Magician, 3 Performapal Skullcrobat Joker. Glad this is back. And is the right number, so I don't see why any reason it should be at 1. Though Konami for sure may change the ban list eventually. Man, thinking of what it'll be like in the next format. And we have the 1 Dragonpulse. I would say this only 1 is the right amount, but looking at it, it can be very useful. It can be able to help those floodgates. Destroy those floodgates, actually. Ones that may be Evil Swarm, Blue Eyes, Alternative, whatever the crap it is. The Azure Eyes Spirit Dragon is definitely the worst, so definitely I would consider this. And of course, only the 1 Maxx C. The second one was a ripoff. I was definitely playing to play 2, but since the ban list, so I'm only to keep 1. And here my favorite card is that no one's ever expected. The 3 Cyber Valleys. This card is essential in so many ways. I mostly use it for its second effect. For if you banish a monster on your field, you could be able to draw 2 cards. And then on the other hand, it may not be useful last effect, but you could be able to banish 1 card in your hand, and then eventually place 1 card that's in your graveyard, any card in your graveyard, on top of your deck. The reason I would consider using this card, since it's my own deck, I wouldn't really, this is really in the deck meant for anyone but myself. Specifically, I built it, so this card is a huge piece into my deck. Simply because not only does it allow you to adjust your field, especially in the new format, but it allows you to fix your hand and your deck. Simply if you want to be able to draw those key cards. Of course, 1 Odd Eyes Light Phoenix, not to say much about it. And a new tech I added, Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. Why I would consider even playing this card? My idea is because it combos well with the Unicorn. Of course, Odd Eyes Performapal Unicorn. What I would do is that if I have that scale 8, since I have more of them, I have more than 2. So if you're to place it beside it, it creates a huge field with how you play, depending how you play your deck, but a massive beat stick. You can summon a huge board, and eventually you can make one of those, any monster, into a massive board. Whatever you feel, whenever you feel like which monster you wish to select, and then be able to attack that other beat stick. And so many situations got me out of games where I thought it was just a nuisance, but it has been there for me. So playing it is actually very useful, meaning that I can go over boards, or it's simply you just need to know when to play the right time to play, and only 1's better. I could never see myself playing these on the monster card zone unless for an XC's target, and only mainly for the name for an Odd Eyes monster. But overall, it has ins and outs. 1 Trump Girl, definitely my favorite card. I would not even supply Odd Eyes Fusion because I see it as as a break card. And one, even if I draw into Earth Searcher, it's only useful unless my opponent actually has two monsters from the extra deck that were special summoned. But here I can just go into my first turn, even just my best monsters, even Starving Venom Fusion Dragon or my Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Not much to say after, so. And 2 Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. Here I think there's no reason for me to play 3, but I resolve it once, and there's no reason. I would hate to draw into the other one, but rather if I search with Performapal Skullcrobat Joker, there's ways I can just loop. But the third one I feel like is unnecessary because the whole point is to draw into my other big pieces, and that they can combo well with my other like playing field, other cards that are face up. Mainly because it only activates when you constantly use it since it's a Pendulum monster, yeah, of course. And a better tech, Xiangke Magician. Here, I never had any negative thoughts on this card. It has been very useful. Just looking at this card, the artwork's nice, the attack is necessary, the level, especially the attribute. One, it actually helps against monsters that can actually float. One's actually that can lock you down, prevent you from playing spells that are able to negate like a quickie. Not only are they quick, but they're most annoying. And simply because this deck cannot take any from cards from one of my cards being negated, and has to find some ways to find a way to get around that nuisance card. Or I could say that card that could be a major threat throughout the duel. Looking at Galaxy Eyes, or I mean Titanic the Dragonic Titanic Galaxy Dragon, whatever, but for short, so. And Azure Eyes. Just in case, it's there for a reason, so you can think of in which situation. If I were to play it right now, then I would have a better explanation. The 3 Odd Eyes Unicorn. Normally I would suggest playing one, but it's been very useful. Not once have I thought it was a break card. Not once have I thought it sucked. All of its effects are positive. 1, I mainly use it for its Pendulum Scale effect. The fact that it's an 8 scale and the fact that it allows you OTK is great, especially with Skullcrobat Joker at 3. 1, because I need an Odd Eyes monster, and it allows me to go through most of the monsters that may be causing me trouble. And I need something that can get those big boards, like Masterpiece, of course, Zark. And why I need Zark? Because, in my opinion, like if you were to play Magicians, you're emphasizing too much on something one power almost, but you need to rely on more strategies. My deck is built all around, so that's what I like about it, because it gives that synergy. And then plus, my deck needs more that it needs to contribute in a duel, not just playing Pendulum summoning and using spells, but other ways of counteracting what my opponent may do to harm my field, or to either deduct my life points, reduce my life points 0 fast. And favorite of mine, 3 Skyris. Nothing much to explain, but multiple search. The 1 Raigeki, the 3 Pendulum Call Standard, and of course your searchable MST Summoner's Art. I would really recommend this if you decide to play 60, but that's my opinion. But looking at this card, it has huge amount of potential, and it has made my deck that much thinner, and I've been able to draw less dead cards, considering I already have the 8 scale. And what's the word about my next draw? If I'm winning, the only thing that should concern you, if you have no scales and then you draw multiple of these without a low scale. But that's my bias of if you're really not careful about running this deck. 3 Twin Twisters, Redolent MST. I don't mind discarding, as you just have to know when to play it. Simply, if I discard Twin Twisters, for me it's not that much of an egg. But I want to go quickly and destroy those huge back row. And plus, with, like I mentioned, with Dragonpit, you can actually make it 3 if you play your cards right. And my best tech, the 1 Pot of Acquisitiveness. If you play your cards right with the Cyber Valley I just mentioned, it actually banishes more than one monster, especially when you need to go for that draw card. And the last effect where you can just banish a card in your hand, it could be a monster too, it doesn't matter. But the whole point of this card, it allows me to get my infinite draw. Not one time if I were playing this many cards, would I ever decide to discard it, but that's my opinion. So 3 Terraforming. Standard, of course. It doesn't know much to explain. The 1 Echo Escalation. It doesn't work for all Pendulum decks, but really it helps with the deck I'm running. If you constantly use Oafdragon to bring back your Dragonpulse or any other Magician or any other Odd Eyes card, you can constantly draw 2 cards. That's basically another card for your draw phase. Or you can just constantly draw another card every single time. If you play your cards right, mainly because you need at least make sure to have your Oafdragon on scale. And then you pretty much create an infinite loop. That's what my deck's based off. What I would call it is, the infinite loop deck. But with adding all that name, it would be too complicated. So, and damn, this card is expensive. Hope it doesn't get hit. And I'm talking about 3 Solemn Strike. Absolutely absurd card. I honestly don't see a reason why this card should be hit. It's because looking at the meta today, it's gonna be fast. It's only a threat, I would say, unless you go first turn. But if your opponent has a huge board, it is not that much of a broken ass card. So what people keep saying it should be hit, no, because unless we're talking about bottom of Solemn Warning, then those cards hit because it applies to all summonings. But bottoms you have to have a stronger monster, so. But at least it does not apply to spell trap. So what's to say that it hurts your opponent if they can just bring them back with Call the Haunted or with the spell Soul Charge? So Solemn Strike is at that point is basically you gotta at least use it at some point, and then but it's still not enough to do it. Of course, 1 Solemn Warning as an extra. Storming Mirror Force. I love this card, but I don't see any reason to play more than 1 because I need to find ways to make sure they don't have the resources. If they have resources, they may find some way to discard and just constantly continue with their strategy. But the whole point is disrupt it. So you don't understand in my situation. 3, my favorite card. 3 Drowning Mirror Force. Damn, this card's amazing. I don't even care whether I have monsters on my field, but simply it takes time to set up your scales, especially with my deck, but it's no issue. If you have no monsters and your opponent suddenly decides to attack, think of it if they would assume it's Solemn Strike, but look at it this way. It creates a lot of space for you, and it makes their deck really hefty because what happens is that their deck becomes big and it becomes more bricky. And it really opens for Pendulums because that way I can realize where my potential decay is. Looking at it is the best Mirror Force card, and there's no thoughts of removing this card. It's the best. Thank you. And let's go straight to the extra deck. For standard, 1 Crystal Wing. Definitely my favorite. Why I was lucky because I got it in a pack, so I didn't have to pay over $30. Clear Wing as a collection of my deck. Still best of the dragons, of my dimensional dragons. Ignister. The Meteor Burst. Michael. 2 Odd Eyes Absolute. 1 Big Eye. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. The Odd Eyes Rebellion. Odd Eyes Raging. Dark Rebellion XYZ. 2 Vortex, simply because I can fusion summon easy. And 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. And for the side deck, Royal Decree. I really never saw seeing being an issue. Really helps in those, like for Paleozoic matchup. Not that I have played them, but you can have a huge lockdown deck with this card. And I simply love playing Lockdown. The 2 Breakthrough Skill may not be a lockdown card, but helps against those sticky situations. Meaning that those cards that have vanities, and this is the best card to use, and there's no way of taking this away. 2 Kumungus, 2 Ghost Ogre, 1 Jinzo, 2 MST, Double Dark Hole, and 2 Mechanical Hounds. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.